three areas on the customer and three areas also on the business. So it's like it meets together. You have the pain here, you have the pain reliever here. We have the wish here, we have the realization of the wish. Okay, you have the jobs that you do here, then we have the answer here for product and services that you need. Hi, good morning everyone, and I decided to create this video to give you some overview of our midterm for the subject entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, now the things that we are going to do today is because our midterm is all about the value proposition. So what is this value proposition? So from all the activities that we have, from looking at the opportunity on what possible opportunity that we can do for a particular business, and going to the actual business that we could probably develop, and we'll also talk about design mindset now. So for today, from the business model canvas, so I decided we decided to have like the a uniform, almost a uniform exam, and we come up with this value proposition canvas. So it's a very short midterm, but the concept and the content should be, it's very important for students like you who is actually taking up uh, entrepreneurial mindset subject or course. Okay, now what is this value proposition canvas? So it's coming from the business model canvas. It was taken out from there to give some focus on how can we create a product or maybe a business or a service that provide value to the customer. So in the perspective of marketing, if you try to look into it, to provide value, we have to ensure that the customers are happy, satisfied. And for us to be able to achieve this, we have to provide them a product that they technically need, a business that they technically need as well, you know. So to start with, to discuss with this one, the value proposition has two area. We have the customer side and the business side, or the value map. That's what they call value map on the side of the business, and the other side it's about the customer. Okay, so there's two things. So the customer is the circle, and we have the square here for the business. Okay, now let me talk about the customer first. So in the dimension in the customer side, there is three areas, three dimension. One of that is the customer's job, the other one is the pains, and the other one is the gain. Okay, so it's divided into three. So for us to be able to understand the value, or what the value that we're looking, or for us to be able to understand what the customers really need, it's very important that we have this value proposition. So it's like the customer telling us what they technically need. Okay, now remember, there's three areas. First of which, let me try to explain to you what you will going to do on the side of the customer. So under customer jobs, what you have to put in there are the things that the customers usually do in order to have the business, or to have the product, or to have the service. Okay, so things that they actually experience while trying to get the product, or while trying to get the job, I mean to get the business, or to get the actual business of a product of a particular business. So, now let me give you an example. If you remember, or maybe you experience it now, so there's so many um, delivery apps. There's so many delivery apps now. We have Angkas. I mean, we have the Lalamove. We have the Grab Food. We have the Joyride, we have the Mr. Speedy, and a lot. Okay, now they're so actually in demand during the time of pandemic because people cannot go out. Or maybe before the pandemic, they're still actually in demand already. Okay, because here's the thing. Now, if the customers wanted to get something, or if the customers wanted to eat something, okay, and the place where they lab to is like far away from their place, your money, they have to travel like an hour or two, or maybe they have to take like an hour, or like maybe 30 minutes they have to travel. So that's actually what they do, no, just for them to be able to eat to a place where they wanted to, no? So travel, that's what they normally do, that's their job, they call it a job. Now if they have their own car, they have to ride their own car. If they don't have, they have to take the public utility, like the jeepney, maybe taxi, or maybe the MRT or the LRT. So that's what they're normally doing. Okay. Now, uh, by doing so, they have the so-called pains. What's the pain? All right. The pain there is the hardship that the customers encounter just for them to reach the business, just for them to have the product that, or the food that they wanted to have. So it's a pain when they try to travel for like 30 minutes or an hour. Another thing is like for them to wait for a taxi, or maybe to stand in line to get a ride in an LRT or MRT, or maybe to wait for a jeepney to come for them to be able to ride and get into the place where they wanted to. So that's actually the normal pains that the customer is getting. Now, if they really don't want to like go there, the other options that they normally do is delivery. So that's the job that they do. Try to take the delivery apps. Now the pain there is that you have to pay extra money for them to be able to get the food. So there is like a pain that the customers are getting. Now, if you were the owner of that particular business, no, so you might probably need to know it. How many of those customers that are technically far from where you are, and what are the pains of the customers are experiencing while trying to get the product or service that you are offering? All right. Now, so that's the pain now. So I have to ride. I have to get out from my house. I have to ride for an hour or two. I have to take a taxi maybe, or a tricycle maybe, or whatever forms of transportations. Or if I have my own car, I can just drive. But the traffic is there, and I have to spend for my gasoline. So something like that. So those are the pains. Now, what's the customers are thinking? What benefits are they trying to get? Um, that supposedly, instead of me spending extra for the delivery, taking time to go to your place, pay for extra for my what we call this, pay for my fare, or pay for my gasoline, and wait or stand in line in the LRT. So the customers may thinking, how I wish that someday this restaurant or this food chain or whatever business it is that I am really looking for could probably be also available in the place where I am. That's what actually customers were looking, especially if they really wanted to eat, or if they really love the product that this business is offering. You can just remember that one. You can just imagine that. So, how many of those customers in the area, like say for example in your area, how many of you, your neighbor, your friends maybe, how many of you in the area are also into that product that this business are trying to offer? No, so it's like there's so many customers that experiencing the same pain, right? Now maybe those customers also are looking for a possible the same gains, like to have a possible branch in the area near to their place. Okay, so you as the business individual, or you as a businessman, or you as an entrepreneur, needs to know this. And by this simply value proposition diagram, you will be able to list what the customers are normally doing, what are the pains that they get when they are doing this, and what they could probably be thinking, how I wish, the wish thing on the customer's mind. That how I wish that this food chain is available in my place. How I wish that I could have this kind of product right next to my place. So they're thinking of this. So that's the sign out, that's the value proposition. That's the one side of the value proposition. So this is what the customer is thinking. This is what the customer is trying to tell you, that, hey, we have all of this concern. And for you to be able that one, you can make use the value proposition canvas. For you to identify what they're doing, what's the pain that they get while doing it, and what they are thinking and what they are wishing to have for them to feel it more confident, to feel it more convenient. All right? Now, on the side of the business, as I've mentioned, you have to know it. So there's three dimension as well. They have the gain creator, then they have the pain reliever, and of course what business it is. So on the customer's end, the customer's job up against the products and the services. Then the gains up against the gains creator on the other side, on the business side. And the pains and the pain reliever on the side of the business. So now you've identified, you have written what the customer is doing, what the pain and what they're wishing for. It's time for you to look at. It may be you yourself, guys, could probably be able to identify those and maybe try to put it in action. It can be you guys who will be able to put up the business in the place. But let's take an example that you're not able to do it. Let's try to put it that way. Now, here's the business. If they do the value proposition and they know those pains and gains and the job or what the customers are doing, so what they have to do now is to put some counterpart on the other side. So on the pain, the company or the business should have the so-called pain reliever. You have the so-called pain reliever. Now, what the company or what the business is actually needing right now for in this case is what the business would do right now is to check what are those pains. So let's say, for example, the pain of traveling, the pain of like paying extra money for the service, for the delivery. So what we can do. So maybe one of the pain reliever is to offer free delivery for the customer to technically take an order instead of going to your place. The hassle that the customers were able to encounter may probably be lessened because you offer free delivery. So that's a pain reliever that you can do. Okay. Now, what other pain reliever may be like opening a branch on the place where the customers are there. No, that's why all businesses, especially this food chains like Jollibee, McDonald's, they have the so-called feasibility study before they open up a branch in a particular area. They normally try to analyze the market. Is there really customers like having the problems and taking all the pains just to reach McDonald's? So if they were able to identify that value, that circle, as I've mentioned, the three things, they would decided to put up the branch in the area. So that's what I'm doing. So they might probably like put the pain reliever that the customers or the business can do, because here's the pain that the customers are experiencing, you guys. So what the company can do to relieve the pain. All right. So it's either put a branch in there or it's either offer a free delivery. Okay, that's one thing that they could probably do on the pain reliever. Then what are the gains that they could offer or they could probably give to the customer? So definitely whatever they wish for are the one. Let's say, for example, what are they wishing is, I wish I have something that I won't be traveling, I won't be expending so much money. I just have to stay at home, something like that. So you are now going to create a gains on what the customers is wishing. Okay, so on the pain reliever you provide like free delivery. Okay, like free delivery. Now what you will be providing right now on the gain side, so definitely the customers now saves money because you provide free delivery. The customers now like saves time to travel. No, they create the gains now. They saves time to travel because they don't have to go to your place because of free delivery. Or maybe the customers now doesn't need to travel and still experience the ambience in your place because you just have right next into their doorsteps, right next to their place. So those are, you create the gains now coming from the wishes what the customers are looking for. And then since you have the pain reliever is free delivery, the pain reliever is what we call this, the opening of a branches. And the other thing on the gains right now, they saves time, they saves money, they still experience the food that you offer. So the other side right now, what business are you trying to do? So as I've said, you have to open a branch on the products and business or service area. So we have the gain, create the gains. You have to do the pain reliever, and then on the third part, you have to actually do the business now. So either open a branches, or maybe purchase some motorcycle for your personal delivery, so that you're not going to pay the customers. Were not going to pay Grab or whatever. Okay, so you may probably have a tricycle with your own, a motorcycle with your own, or a bicycle with your own, or whatever, and you're the people to deliver products to your customer. So that's what actually you have to do now. So that the customers were not going to go out, wait for the taxi, we stand in line for in an LRT, or probably like have to bang each other's, to just, get a ride for a jeepney. So it's like are able to resolve that now because you purchase a motorcycle for a free delivery, or you probably open a branch near right next to their place. So you that's the reason why, if you look at before, no with example like what we call this, the Mang Inasal, when they try to offer that in the market back in the Visayas region. So it's just like one store inside the mall. And then when they feel that someone is really looking for and someone is taking time to visit their place, they try to open up so many branches until because they pioneer in the extra rice, then until Jollibee Food Corporation recognized it and they bought it from wherever it started. No? So why it's spread out? Why Jollibee spread out? Why McDonald's spread out? Because of this thing. You know, the company, there's the customers has jobs. What are their jobs? They look for McDonald's. They really have to go somewhere else and find something to just to reach McDonald's. And for McDonald's to ease this pain, for because the customers to go to your place if they do not have branches in the area, so the pains that the customers are getting and everything, it's like they want to fix this and they want to provide solutions to it. So what they do right now, they provide the pain reliever. They provide the gains that the customer is wishing. All right, so they wish to save money, then yeah, I will provide you to save money. Since we offer free delivery, you save your money now. Since we have branches near right next to you, so the problem right now, your wishes of like not going outside your place, or maybe not travel too much, not to to take a stand stand in line in an LRT just to get a ride, then you're not all of those things are being taken out. You know, so that's value proposition. Now, that's what you have to do. In the subject, entrepreneurial mindset. This is the thing that you always have to consider. Now, especially in looking at for an opportunity, to best identify the opportunity, you can use the value proposition canvas. Okay, a value proposition canvas. You have to use it. Okay, so that's the best thing that you can do, that you can use for you to be able to make sure that the opportunity that you are trying to offer to your customer is the opportunity that technically needed by the market or by the customer. Okay, so you have to remember that. So if you have any concerns, if you have any clarifications, you can just get back to this video on how are you going to do the so-called value proposition. Okay, and it's a value proposition canvas. Once again, it's two things: the customer side and the business side. On the customer side, you have three dimensions. You have three areas: customer's job, which are the customers are doing to get the product; the pains, is there the things that they experience while trying to get the product; and the gains are the things that they think that they are wishing to have in order to get the product. So three areas. On the business side, there is three areas as well. One is the pain reliever, is the thing on how to answer the pain, how to address the pain. And on the gain creator side, it's you have to put in there uh, to the realization of what the customers have wishes. Okay, so the customers wishes to save money, so you create now things on how to save their money. So what you create, what are the gains that you created, you saves their money. Why? Because you offer free delivery, and that's pain relievers. That's a gain. What we call this the gain creator, and of course the third part, the products and services that you offer. So as I mentioned, the pain reliever is free delivery since they're having hard time paying for the extra delivery. So your product or the service that you're going to offer now is free delivery. So on the product and services side, you have to decide whether you use the delivery app or whether you have to purchase your own vehicle to offer free delivery. So three areas on the customer and three areas also on the business. So it's like it meets together. You have the pain here, you have the pain reliever here. We have the wish here, we have the realization of the wish. Okay, you have the jobs that you do here, then we have the answer here for product and services that you need. Okay? So three areas on customer, three areas on the business. Okay? So I hope that you were able to remember that one, learn something on this video. There's another video that will be coming as we go along with our discussion, just to ensure that you have at least a venue or a place where you can open when you try to revisit whatever being discussed in an online discussion. Okay? Once again, thank you and keep safe, everyone. Good luck for your midterm. Bye for now.